Stick around if you want to know the best way to keep your customers coming back. My name is Wale Oyebanji and I welcome you to my channel Get Customers with me, Wale Oyebanji. Before I go into today's video, if it's your first time, I'd like to invite you to click on the subscribe button and tick on the bell icon so that way you get notified when I drop new videos. On this channel, we talk about B2B marketing, online marketing, entrepreneurship, and mindset learning. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about the best way to keep your customers coming back. If you're thinking of scaling up your business, then you must be thinking of an exponential growth. The best way to grow your business is to actually keep your customers coming back, aside getting new customers. So now the technique I'm going to be sharing with you in this video is what I call a continuation or a repetition of something that has already been started or done. There's a piece of work that builds on or exploits the success of an earlier work. So what do I mean by all of this? Follow up. Follow up is a good or is a post-sale action that assures the customer of your willingness to assist should there be a need to. Technically, follow up is a way of keeping your business in the face of your customer and also a way of telling them to come back and buy again. So in this video, I want to talk to you about a few follow-up techniques that you can use to set up an effective follow-up process. So I'm going to be sharing 3 techniques with you. Number 1 is a telephone call. A telephone call is a process where you put a call through to your client to congratulate him or her, or simply thank him for patronizing you, and also asking to know if he or she is pleased with your product or service, or if the product is a good fit, if it were a physical product. The other technique is through visitation. When you go in person to meet with a client after a sale, it's a follow-up process, and we call that in sales a sales call. So this also allows you to get a feedback about your services and your product from your customer. The number 3 technique that you can use to set up an effective follow-up process is an email. Email is adjudged the best follow-up method because it allows for further communication about your service or the introduction of your new product or service. Unless the customer opts out of your mailing list, receiving communication from you always keeps you in the mind of the customer anytime they have to make a repurchase. So with all of these 3 techniques, what follow-up activity are you supposed to be carrying out really? So I know that's a question that you're gonna have on your mind right now, but I have also answered these questions for you, and I didn't just answer these questions for you. I'm going to be giving you 10 follow-up engagement strategies that you can apply using the 3 techniques that I mentioned earlier. So it is essential for each follow-up message or visitation to offer the customer a reason to continue the relationship with you. The number 1 follow-up engagement strategy I want to share with you in this video is for you to invite your customer to a web seminar, a speaking engagement, and a public seminar. Not only will this customer learn something from this event, but the customer will more likely perceive you as an expert, which is what you want to position yourself as anyway. You want to position yourself as the problem solver. So the number 2 engagement strategy is for you to offer free training at the customer's premises. If the customer liked the general conference or the public seminar, he or she will surely love the intimate, tailored workshop. You bringing the training to their office and all of that. Of course, it's going to be a product training, so that way they get to understand more how to use your product or how best to deploy your services. So the number 3 engagement strategy that I want to talk about right now is for you to send personal and business congratulations as an engagement strategy, a follow-up engagement strategy. When you know your customer, by the way, if you want me to make a video about how to know your customer and how to target them, kindly comment below and I'll make that video just for you. If you know your customer, when you know your customer, it then becomes useful when he or she hears from you on a special day like birthdays, anniversaries, promotion at work, etc. The number 4 engagement strategy that I want to share with you is for you to invite customers to social events and your firm outings. What do I mean by this? If you plan to have a good time, you can win more businesses, you can win new businesses by sharing the fun with your customers. The number 5 follow-up engagement strategy is to send a link to a relevant blog or an online news story. So the customer may already know the news, but will appreciate that you thought of them. Imagine how you feel when you know that somebody is thinking of you right now. That's the same way you want your customer to feel about your brand or about your business. So the number 6 follow-up engagement strategy is for you to distribute a case study. Now, the case study you're going to distribute will be such that analyzes an actual situation that the customer you are following up with can relate to. The number 7 engagement strategy is to send a checklist that the customer can keep on hand. A checklist such as 10 things to do after a traffic accident or tips on how to maintain a healthy living. So these information will also keep you in the mind of your customer, not just as a service provider, but more as a mutual friend. The number 8 strategy to engage the follow-up process with the customer is to publish a big mistake newsletter. What do I mean by a big mistake newsletter? I mean a newsletter that recounts cases and transactions where a legal disaster happened to someone like a customer. Good topics might include how a local construction company went bankrupt, etc. So they can learn from some of these mistakes and help them improve in the way they conduct their own business too. The number 9 engagement strategy is for you to ask the customer to rate himself against best practices. People love quizzes. Any customer will appreciate a one-page list of policies and procedures that your most successful and current customers are using, so they too can duplicate such. Now lastly, the number 10 engagement strategy is to give a gesture of thoughtfulness. A way of doing this is by going the extra mile to satisfy the customer. In a service business, it could be in form of a free report or an add-on service that is required by but not included in the offer. But if for instance, if you own a boutique and you sell suits, it's not gonna be bad if you give out pocket squares, just something to spice up their look or even if they don't appreciate it at that moment, just give it away as like an add-on to the product you're selling. That's just an example. So to wrap this up, remember, before you undertake any marketing initiative, the first thing for you to plan is the follow-up steps and know exactly who will handle these follow-up steps, either you or the head of your sales team or your marketing team. So you need to also bear in mind that what you do after the first meeting is more important than the initial meeting. So be sure to follow up in a meaningful way that makes the customer want to have a business dealing with you, or even want to have more business dealing with you. So before you go, I'd like you to click the description below to get my free ebook that is titled The Wealth in Online Marketing and the Strategy to Tap It for Your Business. This book will give you a deeper understanding of how exactly to apply all of these techniques that I have mentioned in your business today. So if you found value in this video, I'd appreciate if you click the thumbs up button right now. It does help the channel, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.